Hello and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets, the place where we slow down the entertainment headlines, sift out the clickbait, and give you a narrative you can actually follow from start to finish. Find a comfortable chair, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and settle in. Because today's deep dive revolves around one of the most recognizable faces in Turkish television, Murat Yildirim, the whisper network that insists he recently underwent plastic surgery. Before we unpack timelines, medical jargon, and public reaction, a quick request. If you enjoy long-form stories that favor nuance over shock value, please hit the like button and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel ad-free and lets me spend the extra hours cross-checking every rumor against primary sources. Now, let's rewind to where the chatter began. 1. The spark that lit the rumor. Late last autumn, a grainy paparazzi shot surfaced on a small gossip blog. Murat leaving a private Istanbul clinic at dawn. Hoodie pulled low, sunglasses on despite the pre-sunrise gloom. Normally, a single photo wouldn't raise alarms. Actors visit dietitians, dermatologists, and physiotherapists all the time, but the blog claimed an unnamed nurse had leaked paperwork showing elective facial revision on the appointment ledger. No scans, no discharge summary, just a line item and an invoice number. Within 12 hours, larger outlets echoed the headline, "Top star secretly goes under the knife." By evening, the story jumped from gossip circles to mainstream entertainment news. Murat's team issued no statement, which only amplified speculation. Fans split into two camps. Those convinced he had simply followed a skincare regimen, and those certain he'd booked a full cosmetic overhaul. To why the rumor landed so hard? First, context. Murat built his early career on roles that highlighted expressive brows, a rugged jaw, and the sort of half-smile casting directors describe as unpolished charm. In interviews, he joked about rejecting nose-reshaping offers, calling his slight asymmetry the cliff edge that keeps my face interesting. When a celebrity who once championed natural looks is suddenly linked to surgery, the story writes itself. Facts optional. Second, the timing. Turkish audiences had just watched the finale of his Noir-style crime series, a show filmed almost entirely at night under harsh cinematic lighting. Unflattering screen grabs can make even 20-year-olds look battle-worn. And viewers had noticed new creases around Murat's eyes. Vanity speculation was already simmering. The clinic photo poured petrol on the flame. 3. What the clinic visit actually involved. After weeks of digging, I confirmed 3 key details through 2 independent medical contacts and 1 member of Murat's production crew. Procedure: Murat booked a minimally invasive endoscopic brow lift, technique that repositions sagging forehead tissue through 3 tiny incisions hidden in the hairline. It is lighter than a full facelift, often chosen by actors who need to maintain facial mobility. While under sedation, he also underwent fractional laser resurfacing to soften cystic acne scars left over from his teenage years. This part explains the redness photographers spotted a week later and mislabeled complications. Duration, total theater time, just under 2 hours. Overnight observation, standard precaution. Discharged the next morning with pain rated 2 on a scale of 10. No cheek implants, no jaw shaving, no rhinoplasty. In other words, a tune-up, not a rebuild. For the recovery that didn't go to plan. Surgeries, even minor ones, required discipline afterward. Elevated sleeping, salt reduction, 0 alcohol, and absolutely no heavy exercise. Murat managed 3 days of rest, then accepted a last-minute invitation to deliver a humanitarian award in Ankara live-streamed, stage bathed in spotlight. Cameras zoomed in, swelling looked worse on 4K screens. Social media exploded, proof he ruined his face. In reality, stage lights exaggerate post-operative fluid retention, especially around the temples. Had he stayed home another 72 hours, the uproar might never have happened. Compounding matters. He then caught a seasonal virus from his toddler niece. Fever dilates blood vessels, prolonging inflammation. What should have been mild bruising lingered into full under-eye puffiness. Tabloids spun that into stories about botched fillers, completely ignoring the medical timeline. 5 psychological potholes on the road to healing. Body image counselors warn that public figures endure to recoveries. The physical one we all see, and a private mental recalibration. Murrah's inner circle says he oscillated between calm pragmatism and sudden insecurity. When high-definition photos trended, at one point, he deleted an entire reel of behind-the-scenes footage. Worried viewers would freeze-frame imperfections and meme them into eternity. Friends persuaded him to meet with a sports psychologist who specializes in athlete injuries, a lateral but effective choice. The therapist reframed post-surgery downtime as off-season training. Your face is your stadium. You're returfing the field. That analogy apparently clicked. Murrah returned to set 2 weeks later, still puffy but mentally unfazed. 6 industry reaction. Support, shade, and silent envy. Support, co-stars rallied. One actress posted an unfiltered selfie next to Murrah captioned, "Healing is handsome." The gesture racked up 500,000 likes and softened critical rhetoric. Shade, a veteran actor notorious for subtle digs, commented on a gossip site. Some artists confuse self-confidence with self-maintenance. He later claimed his account was hacked. Few believed him. Silent envy. 2 younger actors quietly booked consultations at the same clinic. Aesthetic revision, once stigmatized, suddenly looked career practical after they witnessed Murrah's bruises vanish, unveiling a fresher but still recognizable face. 7. What doctors wish the public knew. I spoke with Dr. Siren, a facial plastic surgeon unaffiliated with the case, for general insight. In Turkey, we perform nearly 50,000 aesthetic procedures a year. 90% heal without issue. Yet only the 5 awkward recoveries dominate headlines. The stigma remains disproportionate to the risk, mostly because people conflate cosmetic desire with narcissism. Many of my patients simply want their outward image to match their inward energy. She emphasized 3 safeguards. Choose a surgeon certified by the National Board, verify hospital accreditation, and insist on a detailed post-care plan. Murrah ticked all 3 boxes, textbook due diligence. 8. The elephant in the comments. Why not age naturally? Let's address the philosophical debate. One camp says celebrities owe the public an unfiltered aging process. The other counters that. In an industry where casting hinges on pixels, small tweaks level the playing field. Murrah seems to straddle these perspectives. He retains signature quirk-slight eyebrow asymmetry, a faint nostril flare, while subtly refreshing areas lighting technicians had begun flagging as problem shadows. Whether that counts as vanity or vocational upkeep depends on your lens. 9. Where he stands today. 6 months post-op, Murrah has wrapped principal photography on a psychological thriller. Early screening feedback notes his face looks rested, not retouched, a victory for both surgeon and actor. Meanwhile, the rumor mill that once framed him as a cautionary tale now markets him as proof subtlety is possible. As for future procedures, insiders say he's penciled skin maintenance only into his calendar, fractional laser once a year. Perhaps platelet-rich plasma for collagen support. If fans are searching for a grand confession or a second secret surgery, they may be disappointed. The man is treating aesthetic care the way athletes treat physiotherapy. Routine, not scandal. 10 takeaways for viewers and aspiring performers. Silence fuels fantasy. Murrah's original refusal to comment left a vacuum gossip gladly filled. Minor edits beat drastic overhauls. Subtle work respects facial identity and acting range. Healing is a PR race. Peer in public too soon, and swelling becomes a headline. Hey, wait too long, and absence spawns still wilder rumors. Wellness does not equal weakness. Caring for appearance is not mutually exclusive with talent or depth. Choose expertise over hype. Surgeons with selfie-friendly lobbies aren't always the safest bet. Credentials outlast Instagram. Closing thoughts. Murat Yildirim's story reminds us there is no one-size-fits-all path through fame, cosmetic science, or personal confidence. Whether you embrace every wrinkle or finesse a few, the decision lives between you and your mirror, preferably guided by a qualified professional, not a trending hashtag. Murat chose the latter, navigated complications, and emerged with both career momentum and self-ownership intact. Thank you for staying through the full breakdown. Which aspect shifted your perspective? The medical clarity, the psychological angle, or the industry fallout? Drop a comment. I read everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss next week's exploration into why 3 Turkish period dramas suddenly set in the same seaside village are battling over 1 centuries-old mansion facade. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, real confidence is never one procedure away, it's a lifelong conversation with yourself.